So it just seems like yesterday we were talking about all that slush. Well, with these drops in temperatures, just look down here. All those snow piles are just rock solid of ice. When you're looking at secondary roads and residential roads, you're looking at mostly snowy and very icy. So be very careful. Take it very slow on the roadways. But when we're talking about main roads like University Avenue and interstates, they are all clear and good to go, and you'll have no problems at all. And Becky, so the man arrested was 19-year-old Baron Jonathan Johnson. He was of Fargo, and the incident happened right here in the neighborhood behind me. I'm on 20th Street South in Moorhead, and the situation happened a little bit before midnight when a man and a woman reportedly got into an argument. Things started to turn violent. A gun was brought into the equation. The woman escaped the apartment, ran to a neighbor's house, called 911, leaving her child inside the apartment with a man supposedly with a firearm. When police did come out, you're seeing footage from earlier. The SWAT team also came in. A Bearcat was also involved. All of the attendants inside his apartment were asked to leave the apartment. We reached out to Moorhead Police Department. This is what they had to say. Well, I gotta say, I always hear about Fargo, North Dakota, but mostly Fargo. I personally am on the Minnesota side. So Ashley over here from Unglued says she has something for us Minnesotans.
Yes, and it's super legit.
It's one of my favorite Thanksgiving side dishes, but now we're going to forget about the bread, right? So why is bread a bad thing?
The water may be flooded here in the ditch, but had it been in the field behind me, these beets would have drowned and then later rotted, which would have been a loss of profit for the farmer.
Good morning, Travis and Becky. About 30 protesters are the one who started this whole thing, and we were there as they traveled up the Highway 1806 from Fort Yates to the camp they now called Sacred Stone. That was April 1st. Several of those 30 people are still there. One is Joy Braun. She says the protest has grown beyond anything she has ever expected.
Exceeded, hugely exceeded. I thought maybe a couple hundred people might heed the call. I never imagined thousands would show up.
Now, protests at the camp are expected to grow as much as 3,000 people. Live in the newsroom, I'm Phoenix O'Connor. Back to you at the desk.
That's right. Overfeeding your pet could come with some very serious dangers. I met with a 2-year-old Mastiff who's an example of just that.
Winnie was taken in by Diamond the Rough, a local animal rescue group, only a few months ago, and she was a little more than what the foster parents were expecting.
I was stunned. I mean, I didn't even want to take her home. It was like just too much dog.
The Mastiff tips the scale at a staggering 240 pounds.
Because when we first got her, she could hardly move at all. So it was a little overwhelming at first.
Winnie had her fair share of challenges, adjustments to the home, such as adding padding on hardwood floors.
We'd get her up and then she'd walk 2 feet and sit down again. And it was like, don't sit down. Or else she'd sit in the threshold of the door. So of course you couldn't close the door, and 8 below it gets a little cold, so it's like, oh, we can't do this.
Well, walking off the weight was half the battle. So the foster parents got creative and made these walking paths. And the motivation was food.
From all that extra weight, Winnie had one knee that is a little bit arthritic because of all the stress of the heavy lifting.
The awareness of, what you feed your animals and how much you feed your animals is important because, just like people, if you eat too much of a good thing or a bad thing and don't exercise or burn it off, you're going to put on weight.
Well, the average weight of a female Mastiff is between 120 to 170 pounds. And as you saw, Winnie nearly doubles that weight. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, good morning. So we're having fun creepy crawlers all morning. If you want to come, the event is from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. this Saturday, and it's the same price as an admission ticket, which is a pretty good deal for your buck. And also, you get a free pumpkin. They have small to large pumpkins, so that's a pretty good deal, I'd say, for most families. So we're looking here at a stick bug. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so it's a stick bug. It's from Southeastern Asia, and they love to eat leaves, and they are some of the best at, I think they have some of the best costumes in the natural world. For them, their camouflage isn't just a look, it's also a way of life.
Yeah, these things look just like sticks. So my question is, birds, they make nests. Like, how does it not know it's like a stick while it's making a nest and then realize, oh wait, no, this is an appetizer?
So with this stick bug, actually, one of their defenses is actually that their limbs can actually come off and it doesn't permanently damage them. And so if a bird were to try to grab them, their leg would just come right off and the bird probably wouldn't even notice that it was not a stick. These guys even feel like a stick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I can feel this, but I just don't do snakes. Oh, and I kind of feel a little bit of an insecty feel.
A little bit there. I mean, they still they've got those really cool legs with the jointed appendages, and so they still got that kind of wiggliness to them.
Yeah, well, we have lots of more fun. I think the next animal we have is an owl, so I'm really excited for that. That I'm not afraid of, even though they're kind of scary birds. But I feel like we're one of a kind, a phoenix and an owl. But okay, we'll go ahead and send it back to you guys at the desk.
Labor of Love Yuma is a local program that aims to give back to our area's field workers. Wednesday morning, a crew surprised workers at the Tanamara and Atoll Crew with breakfast burritos. For the next 2 months, Labor of Love will give one worker a chance to tell their story. Guillermo Rubo, who has worked in the fields for more than 30 years, says he loves his job.
I love this job. Tired. I mean, I'm working every single day, and I like it working every single day.
Rubio says he motivates his crew to work hard by sharing his story.
Yes, I'm gonna start like you guys. I'm cutting, and then I was just a tractor driver, and then I was every year I would just go up and up and up.
Being a cutter in the field takes lots of skill. You have to cut the lettuce right, and you have to be able to move at a fast pace. Rubio showed me how to do everything from cutting to working on the machine where they bag the lettuce. Labor of Love also had one more surprise for the crew.
Putting Labor of Love stickers on the blankets, and we're really excited for the crew to come back on the bus and sit down and see that we've left them a surprise.
Well, good morning, Becky. So we're talking earlier about apparel, but it's also a little bit about comfort and safety. So what is the first thing of comfort that they should probably know about?
Right now, this year mosquitoes are really bad. Something I'd really recommend getting, obviously a Thermacell. It's going to repel mosquitoes, give you a zone of protection. They won't bug you.
So you mean to tell me you're not going to have a mosquito party? How is that? That to me sounds like not a good time.
It is not, trust me. From experience, I've been bitten up pretty good.
All right. Okay, so moving on. This is my best part. It talks about heating. So there's one that's really cool, and then there's a cheaper option as well.
Yes, so as far as just hand warmers, you've got Heat Factory. It's one-time use. Once it's done, you throw it away. Something I would recommend would be a rechargeable hand warmer. You plug it in, charge it up, use it, and once it's done, you just recharge.
Comes with feet too?
Yeah, you can also get Thermacell makes heated insoles with the remote. So you put them in your boots, go out there, you have a high, low, and turn them off.
Now, it has a pretty high price tag, but economically, if you buy how many of these per year and you just buy one of these, how long does this one last?
These last as long as you treat them well. They're rechargeable, so all you do is plug it in, repower it, good to go.
All right, sounds cool. Anything else that we got last? We have a GoPro to kind of save those memories.
Save those memories of field, taking your kid out this weekend. Put this on your bow, your shotgun, record those epic actions.
Yeah, absolutely. So anything else? I think we have one more.
Using your cell phone, everyone's big on their cell phones out in the field. You're going to lose power pretty quick. Rechargeable battery pack, charge up your phone. Makes it really easy.
Is that so you guys can maybe check in with someone?
Check in with someone, check the weather, check Facebook, whatever you're doing.
All right, I guess you didn't get that hint. The wife maybe?
Yeah.
All right, well, we have more to come later on in the next half hour. Back to you at the desk, Becky.
If you ever do happen to see those blue lights in the rear view mirror, there are a couple things you can do to keep the officer at ease. Have both hands on the wheel where the officer can see them. It makes him feel more comfortable. And if you happen to have insurance or registration in the glove compartment, ask before you move your hands. This is like the dog's mouth. He taped his mouth just like this, right, in the picture?
Right, correct.
I can't barely even move my hands out. I can't even get it out even if I wanted to. If you find yourself driving and you get a text message, some say it only takes a few seconds just to pick up your phone. But if you're driving 50 miles per hour, in those few seconds, you've already traveled the length of a football field.